One thing that really pisses me off is hypocrisy, which is why I am so enraged right now. Black Lives Matter. They riot, they burn, they loot. They try to burn down courthouses, police stations. They even kill black people. And yet they are peaceful protesters who, on the very vague chance of being arrested, get bowed out by celebrities and tech giants and are given a pat on the head for being such good boys and girls. Trump supporters break into a building and ruffle some papers and take some selfies, and it's shoot to kill, boys! And let's arrest every single one of them, send them to jail for treason. A conservative defends himself from a violent mob trying to kill him. He is the son of Satan himself and should be lynched. An Antifa gimp guns down a MAGA dude in cold blood and dies in a firefight with the police. He gets a puff piece interview with a liberal rag and gets lauded as a hero. Twitter bans the president for inciting violence, but China is allowed to brag on Twitter about how the people that emerge from their concentration camps are so much happier and nicer now after they've had their re-education. How many of them didn't even make it out? Oh, there's a few million in now. Freedom of speech, eh? Oh, and all those Antifa wankers? Oh, anti-fascist, eh? Well, there is a brutal, unelected dictatorship for life that viciously suppresses dissent and free speech, has desires of territorial expansion, puts people in concentration camps, invades other countries and commits to the eradication of their very existence, and you ain't saying much about the Chinese, are ya? Oh, and while we're at it, a faceless organisation for the violent suppression of free speech by any means necessary. Who are the fascists again? And if you call them on it, you're a Nazi. You attend a BLM protest. You're a free speech saint, glowing radiantly with righteousness and purity. Go to a Trump or an anti-lockdown rally. You're a super spreader and Goebbels himself. We're against guns, borders and killing black people. Yet when you form your own very little indie empire, let's make some borders with armed idiots who gun down a couple of black kids for doing donuts on a baseball field in a car. Jim Crow, racism, slavery, segregation. But let's divide everyone up by skin colour. Black only areas so you can focus on how oppressed you are. And white only areas where you can quiver in shame at your privilege and all the shit distant ancestors did to people you never met and died generations before you were even born. Racism is evil, but treating people differently because of the colour of their skin is vitally important and is in fact the path to paradise. Catholicism is a pedo empire, Christians are scum, but say anything about the man standing over butchered bystanders with a blood-drenched knife screaming Allah Akbar and you're an Islamophobe and a blasphemer. Everyone stay home, wear masks, unless of course you're a Democrat and in charge, then you're allowed swanky restaurants, haircuts and holidays. 2016, Russians hacked the election. Dominion machines are crap, says Klobuchar and Warren. Yep, Pocahontas herself. Impeach Trump, he's Ukrainian flunky, not my president. This election was a farce. 2020, China hacks the election. Dominion machines are useless. Biden is bought and paid for by China. No evidence, shut up, this was the fairest, most secure election ever. The Steele dossier, paid for by Democrats and made up. Published everywhere. Trump taxes, anonymously donated with no verification. Published everywhere. A laptop of evidence that the Bidens are bought and paid for by China, while a Chinese king shit brags about how that we're in now, lads, because of Biden's election. Erased from the world. One of the oldest papers in America is totally censored. Oh, and Biden? An 8-year-old is mature and aware enough to opt for radical sex reassignment surgery, but a 24-year-old is too fucking stupid to be responsible for committing to going to college. And I'm sure there will be plenty more to come now that the woke-tards have control of all three branches. Actually, maybe they won't. Once their great purge is over, there won't be any dissenting voices. Just like in China.